Hey guys, welcome back. This is Amit, your host for this episode. And this video is going to be a little bit different from my usual talking head videos. Since I've been talking about the IT and IT related stuff, I thought it would be kind of interesting to give you a glimpse into a typical day of my work life. So I'm making this video for you guys. So I work as a customer support technical specialist at one of the major ISP company in Australia. And my role mainly revolves around providing technical support to our customers and business partners. So we're going to be talking about this in detail in the later section of this video. So please make sure to watch this video till very end. Okay. And for those who are looking to start their career in IT, it might be kind of helpful to understand how an IT engineer's day look like, so let's get into it. So my work setup is hybrid and I only need to go to office one day a week, and today it happened to be that day, as I also have an appointment at the Apple store in the afternoon, and it kind of makes sense to go to the office as well. So I'm going to office, and when I'm going to office I prefer taking bus because driving into city can be hassle with kind of expensive parking, and it gets busier. Plus in the bus I usually get to enjoy and relax. I just usually listen to podcasts, and I don't have any specific podcast, but generally I listen to like self-development or motivational podcasts, so that kind of helps me to set my mindset into a right track. And the bus ride from my house to the city typically takes around 45 to 50 minutes depending on the traffic. And talking about the city, I'm based in Adelaide, and it is the largest city in South Australia. So while it may not be as massive as Sydney and Melbourne, but it has that unique charm with its quieter atmosphere. So that's what I like about Adelaide. So after a 5-minute walk from the bus station, I arrive at the office. It's a bit quieter these days since most people are working from home. We have this hot desk that we need to book in advance, before we come into office, because office space is kind of limited. So we kind of have to book the desk beforehand. And I already had my desk booked in yesterday. So I quickly set up my desk, and it takes around a couple of minutes for me to get settled in. And at 9 a.m. I officially start my shift. So I normally start my day by checking emails from my team, for any sort of important updates or any sort of ongoing outages that we need to be aware of, or any occasional unplanned meetings and that sort of stuff, And then after getting sorted all of those, I then start working through my previous cases that I'm already working on, like, following up to the customer or looking for any sort of updates and that sort of things. And for that, we have a ticketing system. And for those who are not familiar with the ticketing system, so ticketing system is basically a tool that we use in IT to kind of keep track of our day-to-day work. That's where we actually keep track of all the documentation and the things that we do for any sort of cases that we're working on. So I get through my days by working on different type of cases. On day-to-day basis, I have to kind of work on different kind of problems to solve. So I get to work with different customers, helping them to resolve different sort of problems, and kind of helps me to understand and grow my skill sets as well. So, and that's the best part of my job as well. And since my role is kind of focused toward that customer support, along with that technical skills, having that strong communication skill is also very crucial in my role. Alright, so now it's time for my first break of the day, So based on our schedule, we get around 2 15 minutes break and 1 30 minutes meal break for an 8-hour shift, which is kind of normal. So let's get into the kitchen area, okay? So I'm gonna make coffee and a bread toast as I'm feeling a little bit hungry. So this is the kitchen area, and this is very minimalistic, it doesn't have much. And it's okay because you don't have many people coming to office every day, and also we don't have that fancy coffee machine in our office. So I'm just going to use the microwave to heat the milk. So while it's heating, let's enjoy the greenery of this office. And we also have some networking books, if somebody wants to read them. And that is a view of Adelaide City that you can enjoy. So this is a very short time, so I just take my time to relax and check my emails, make some calls and that sort of stuff. So nothing much. Alright, so my break is finished, so let's get back to my desk and get going with the work. So talking about my role, so it is not entirely IT support. So generally speaking, in IT support, you would also have to go to on-site to actually support your customer with hardware related stuff, But in my role, I don't have to do that because we do have our site technicians who would actually go on site and they would kind of contact us. So we act as a remote engineer for them, and we kind of give them a remote support. And speaking of the customer, sometimes we definitely see one of those days where we would have to kind of deal with very, very angry and upset customers, and that's where it is very important for us to have that people skills as well, to handle those sort of customers, and to make them happy. And that is the reason IT is not fun as it seems, So it's now been a couple of hours since I've taken my first break, so it's time for lunch. So for lunch, I usually bring food from home, So by doing so, usually I don't have to go out to eat and also save some money. Alright, and again, it's time to get back to my desk. So second half of my day tends to get a little bit busier compared to the morning because more cases and tickets gets assigned to my queue and I have to follow up with the customers and vendors regarding any sort of ongoing issues. And throughout the day when I'm not on the phone or working on the cases, I take some time to learn new things, So I always keep my learning portal open on my screen to upskill myself. So I also take some time to study during my work hours. It is really important to upskill yourself. That's how you learn new things and kind of get yourself ahead. And also I'm trying to learn as much as possible from my senior colleagues, simply because experienced person can really give you that real lesson. And I think we should not be hesitant to ask. If you don't ask, you don't learn, That's the kind of thing that you need to understand. And I'm very fortunate to be a part of a supportive team, that has a very strong learning culture. And that's a good thing about my team. So after some learning and working, it's time for me to finish my shift. So now I pack everything and get out of the office. So now it's time to head down to Apple Store as I have an appointment to get my iPhone fixed. And the Apple Store is 5 minutes away, so I'm just gonna be walking, so let's go. Alright, so now I'm at the Apple Store and it looks a little bit busier, and that could be because of these new iPhones, everybody's excited to check them out. Alright, finally my phone is ready and I picked it up, so I'm just getting out of the Apple Store and heading home. At this stage I'm very tired. It's been quite a long day for me because normally I work from home, so it doesn't feel as long. So now I'm going back again by the bus. And after around 40 minutes, I arrived at my bus station and now I have to walk to my house and it takes around 5 minutes. And that's the end of my work day for today. Once I arrive my house, I just get freshened up and relax a bit. And so thank you for watching this video till very end, guys. I really appreciate your time. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.